The night air was electric, charged with the rhythm of the drums that pounded like thunder through the camp. It was the Gerewol festival, where the bravest men gathered to dance, to fight for pride, and to win the most coveted prize of all, the heart of Amina. But tonight was different. Diko stood on the edge of the circle, sweat trickling down his brow as he looked out at the crowd. His heart was racing. The ground beneath his feet felt like it was alive with energy. Strong and confident, Diko was ready for this. He had walked his entire life for this moment. But there was one thing that made tonight different from all the other festivals he had been to. Amina. The woman every man in the camp dreamed of. The woman who had watched all the dances, all the performances, yet never seemed impressed. She wasn't like the others who just cheered for any display of muscle or talent. No, Amina was waiting for something more. Diko knew this. He had to be more than just any other dancer. He had to show her who he really was. The drum beats grew louder. The crowd cheered. This was it, the start of the most intense dance of Diko's life. He stepped forward, his bare feet making soft thuds against the dirt, and he began to move. His body was a blur as he danced. He leapt, spun, and stomped, his muscles rippling with every move. His heart thudded in time with the drum beats. He wasn't just dancing for the crowd. He was dancing for Amina. Each step he took, each move he made, was his way of showing her who he really was. A man willing to fight for her heart. But Diko wasn't the only one fighting. Malik, his biggest rival, stood across the circle, his eyes locked on Diko. Malik was just as strong, just as fierce. His moves were sharp. His energy was wild. Malik had the crowd on his side, but Diko didn't care. He wasn't there to win the crowd. He was here to win Amina. The tension in the air grew thick. Every man in the camp had their eyes on the two of them. The drums thudded louder, faster. Diko's legs burned, but he refused to slow down. He gave everything he had. This was his moment. Amina stood off to the side, watching carefully. She was quiet, but her gaze never left them. Every move Diko made, every step, she studied it all. Malik's performance was impressive, no doubt. But there was something different about Diko. He wasn't just trying to show off. He was pouring his heart into every beat, every rhythm. He was dancing for her, and she could see it. The crowd hushed at the final beat of the drums rang out, signaling the end of the dance. Diko, panting and covered in sweat, stood tall, his chest rising and falling as he caught his breath. He had given it everything, his heart, his soul. He had danced like it was his last chance. And then, the moment Diko had been waiting for arrived. Amina smiled. It was small, but almost hidden behind her calm, poised face. But to Diko, it was everything. That tiny smile told him he had done it. He had shown her what no one else had. He had shown her who he really was. Malik stood still, eyes wide as he realized it too. Amina's gaze had shifted. The competition was over. Amina walked toward Diko, the crowd parting for her like the sea. The world seemed to slow down. When she finally stopped in front of him, her eyes met his, soft yet full of meaning. "You have proven yourself, Diko," she said, her voice smooth like honey. "Not just in the dance, but in the way you move, the way you showed your heart." Diko's heart skipped a beat. His whole body tingled with pride. He had done it. For her. I knew you were different, Amina continued, her smile growing wider now. You are more than just a dancer. You are a man who knows what he wants, and you're willing to fight for it. That's what I see. The crowd cheered, but to Diko, it all felt distant. The only thing that mattered in that moment was Amina, standing before him. For the first time in his life, Diko felt like he was exactly where he was meant to be. He had danced his way into her heart. He had fought for her love and won. The drums still echoed in the distance, but for Diko, the night had already changed. The festival would continue, but nothing would ever be the same again, because Diko had won something far greater than an approval of the crowd. He had won Amina's heart, and that was all that mattered. The drums faded, the night continued, and Diko's future was no longer a question. It was certain.